So come on, shake your money maker. Oh, you ain't nothing but a heartbreaker. Yeah, girl, you're killing me. I gotta take you out for a midnight ride.
Alright, hey y'all. I know on Facebook I said something about doing a Come to Jesus video, and I really did intend to do it. It was on the list of things to do, of the many things to do. I still kind of feel like I need it, but I'm having a really good day, so maybe we'll talk about that kind of crap later. I will input after shooting the week that I'm on. I missed last week. I did not weigh in last week at all, and I didn't do a video, and I didn't do anything. And the funny thing is that not weighing in was weighing on my mind a lot, because back in February I had this goal of hoping to hit 100 pounds lost by my birthday, February 20th, and I came up 2 pounds short, but I didn't beat myself up over it because, you know, it's a journey and you're always going to be moving in some direction or another, and it's a process. So I wasn't really upset about it, but I've been upset the last couple of weeks wondering where I am because I never weighed in last week. And it was starting to bug me that I was so close to 100 pounds lost, and here I am a month later, month after, when I was hoping to have that 100 pounds lost, and I didn't know if I'd finally done it or not. A month later. Excuse me. I had a cold last week. So I finally got on the scale this morning, and my beautiful scale was very nice to me. My cheap old scale that probably I'll never get rid of because it's so kind. I do need a better one, but I'm kind of afraid of switching to another one. But anyway, back to numbers. My highest weight ever in my life was 331 pounds. I started my pre-op diet at 326 pounds. I had surgery at 306 pounds. Last time I saw you guys, I think I was like 234 something. I had a gain somewhere in there that jumped me back to 236, and then I came back down to 234. And right now I am 228.4. So I had a loss in the last couple of weeks, bringing me from the 234 to the 228.4. So 4 or 5, about 6 pounds lost in the last couple of weeks. So that's good. I mean, I was doing when I was being a really good weight loss surgery person. I lost an average of about 4 pounds, and that's pretty close. So I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. And actually, I'm really, really, really happy with that because I'm going to also tell you that I haven't touched my food log in months. I haven't touched my food log in these 2 weeks. I haven't touched my food log in months. So, and I also know the non-weight loss ramifications of that means that I don't know if my protein's on point. I don't know if I'm getting 70 grams of protein a day, if I'm getting 70 grams of protein some days, or if I'm getting like 40 every day. My hair loss has revved itself up. I'm losing a lot of hair, so I'm starting to wash it less. I was at a support group meeting last night here in Spokane, and they had the practitioner talking about complications, blah, 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 things that can go with surgery, that long-term and right after, and all that kind of stuff. And we got into a conversation about hair loss, and she said, don't wash your hair every day. I know that's a rule of thumb for most people anyway, but I have a very temperamental scalp that gets very, very itchy when I don't wash my hair every day. So generally I wash my hair every day, usually, but I lose a lot of hair when I do that, and emotionally it's becoming very trying for me to be losing all of this hair, and I only realize that it's happening when I take a shower and I'm conditioning and I'm running my fingers through my hair and taking off handfuls after handfuls after handfuls of hair. When I'm doing my hair in the morning, I don't care. I don't notice it. My hair is decidedly thinner when I touch it. I can feel it a little bit, but it's not so thin that I'm like, oh my God, my hair. And I don't look bad. My hair has changed texture a little. It's not as soft. I'm sure that's because of nutritional issues. But I use It's a 10 products, and that keeps my hair behaving itself and looking soft. It also helps me keep in control of all the new growth that is going on because of the hair loss. Because now I've got 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch long hairs from hair that's already come out. So like I said, I mostly don't even notice the hair loss unless I'm in the shower or drying off or trying to like epically do my hair for a big event or something like that, because then I've got it everywhere. It's all over me. But my hair itself, the way that it looks, the way that it is, even with the hair loss, doesn't bother me. There were a lot of women in the support group that were very concerned, like, oh my God, my hair. And I will admit, it's not a fun experience. It's not. But like in our meeting, the leader says, raise your hand if you would never do your surgery again, if you could do it over. Not a single person raised their hand. I am in the middle of losing a lot of hair. Do you think I would go back and undo my surgery because of that? No, not on your damn life. I have had a few things happen. I don't know if I talked to you guys last. I hit my restriction for the first time. I'm 5.5 months out right now. I'll be 6 months on the 7th of April, just after Easter. And I have never fully hit my restriction. I hate vomiting. I'm not saying that people out there in the world don't care about vomiting and people love to vomit. I guess bulimics maybe, but sorry, that was very insensitive. You don't love to do it. It just happens. But I cannot stand it with a passion, and my body, even if I'm not consciously thinking, don't throw up, will fight vomiting like nobody's business. But I made fried rice the other day. Yes, I made rice. And I ate it too fast. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, there is so much food in me. I wouldn't say I vomited it up so much as regurgitated it, which is actually, it's not that pleasant, but it's a heck of a lot pleasant than vomiting violently, I'll tell you that. And I didn't like regurgitate it all up. It wasn't like my body went, holy crap, and got rid of it all. It brought what was not going down back the rest of the way up, and then my system settled down and everything went accordingly once I was relaxed. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, and I've been avoiding it like the plague because I did not want to have that experience. I didn't want to feel that sick, uncomfortable feeling. And I wasn't paying attention, and I did. Ta-da. So that's how that's going. Now, about hitting 102 pounds lost. I've never been so happy in my life right now, I don't think. I have a lot of stressors. There's a lot of things weighing on me. I have a lot of overwhelmedness in my life right now, but I'm happy. I started a Couch to 5K 2 days ago. I did day 1 on Wednesday, and then yesterday I got a massage, so I took a day off. I did day 2 today. I'm going to swim tomorrow. I'm going to take Sunday off and do day 3 on Monday. I hate running. I hate running. But there's something about this process of trying to move through a Couch to 5K workout, moving toward my 5K in June. If anyone is in the Eastern Washington area, wants someone to get to know, I am here, and I'm doing a 5K in June. Right now, I am gearing up like I'm going to run or jog it. However, my cousin might come with me with her daughter, so there's a distinct possibility I'm just going to walk it. And I walked it last year at 330 pounds. So if I can walk it last year, then you most certainly can walk it with me. So if you're in the area and you kind of think you might want to do the Color Me Rad thing or the Color Run thing or anything like that and don't know anybody to go with, or just want someone to know in the area, I would be happy to be your friend. I would be happy to be someone's friend, like up close and personal, who's been through this. Anyway, because the only people that I know is from support group, and I only see them once a month at support group. And this is last night was the only time I'd been since before my surgery. And I gotta tell you guys, I know I'm not the only one who's as young as I am, but when you go to support groups at a clinic or something like that, you distinctly feel the youngness of your age. I don't know why. Maybe that's because a lot of us in this age group are like, I don't want to be in that support group with all of these older people, blah, 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 blah. I don't have a problem with it because I grew up being around a lot of adults, but it would be kind of nice to know some more people around here. There's a bariatric clinic here in Spokane, so I know you're out there. But I actually wish there was a meetup group, like meetup.com or something like that in the area that were bariatric minded kind of thing. And I've checked it a few times. There's not, and it really surprises me for this area. But I'm just rambling on and on and on. I haven't talked to you guys in forever. So if this video is too long, I'm so sorry. Like, break it up, like pause right here and come back later if you want to. My dad is coming into town next week. He hasn't seen me since Christmas. That is carrying a lot of anxiety for me. I was very, very upset yesterday before I got on the scale today because I was so worried that I hadn't changed enough since December to impress him. Not that I'm trying to impress him. It's just, he's the reason I was able to do this process. He's the reason I was able to have surgery. He's the reason that any of this happened. I made the choice myself, but I couldn't have been able to afford it alone. I couldn't have been able to do it without insurance, by cash, by myself. It never would have happened if I hadn't had the wonderful father that I have and called him up and said, I can't do this anymore. We need to do something to change this, and this is what I want to do. And he said, we can do that. I couldn't do this without him. And he's been gone on the road since December, and I get to see him a week from tomorrow. And last night I was just really, really upset, just like really, really worried that he was going to come home and be like, you haven't changed since December. Because I feel like it's been so long since I've had not a significant drop, but a drop. Like, I went down and I went up and I went down and I was hovering over that 100 pounds and I couldn't get there. And it's just, I just felt like I hadn't done enough work. I didn't want him to be disappointed. And I was so scared, and it was giving me so much anxiety that he was going to get here and be like, what have you been doing? Like, we did all this work. What have you been doing? Because I feel like I haven't been doing my job. I feel like I haven't been a quality WLSer for the last month or so. I don't log. If something strikes my fancy and I want to eat it, I eat it. But I am still trying to be protein first minded. I haven't been keeping a lot of snack food in the house in order to prevent the snacking. Trying to get in fluids. Don't go by me for fluids. If you're looking for someone to be your fluids role model, I am not it. Like, I'm not even close. And I probably do about half the fluids I should in a day, and I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure my surgeon would tell me I'm crazy, and anybody else, because I'm not getting in enough fluid. But my body is generally kind of used to running like that. I've never drank that much fluid in a day in my life ever. So it's not like my body is dealing with some lack of liquid all of a sudden now because of my surgery. It's always run that way. So don't make me your water intake fluid role model. Not that you could anyway, because I haven't logged. I am on MyFitnessPal. I have been tracking my weight ups and downs there. But like I said, I haven't logged a bite. You know, maybe a meal here or there, but I haven't completed a daily log probably since the beginning of February. So it's probably been a month and a half, maybe 2 months since I've really done a log. So that's my come to Jesus part. Apparently I did decide to do it. I'm not being a great WLS patient. I'm having success. I am trying in my head to get this all together, but I'm not following my guidelines. I'm not really following my guidelines, like, but it'll get there. So I haven't had too much trouble with my skin. If there's anybody out there wondering about the 100 pounds lost, what's the deal with your skin? Like, you know, that is kind of obnoxious. But look at my arms, dude. Look, this one's easier to see. Look where my arms are. Like, I don't think about this too much unless I'm lifting my arms. Then I like this, it doesn't bother me. But when I'm like this, it occurs to me. But most of the time, I'm still tank top girl. I'm still wearing this. Obviously, I've got this going on back here. Well, that needs to come up. It's got some smushing that happens behind me. I don't care. I don't. I love my shoulders and I love my collarbones, and I've been that way my whole life, and I'm going to wear tank tops, and y'all got problems with my arms, bite me. As far as my stomach, the way that it hangs, it all seems very normal to me, because right now I am around the weight that I was when I was 13, 14, finishing up junior high, going into high school. So my body hanging the way that it does has happened to me before. I don't notice it. The one thing I did notice is I wore like a very light cotton kind of pant to run in today for my Couch to 5K day 2 workout. And because there was no snugness to them, they were loose and comfy wumpy, my bottom stomach roll was bouncy wouncy. That's annoying. But other than that, it's not a big deal. Mostly I've been compensating for all of that with wearing the right types of clothing. I don't wear any shapewear yet. There was a picture on my Facebook when I went to the opera. I was wearing a corset. That corset made it through 75% of the night. At that point, I took it off and shoved it in my purse. It wasn't a great corset. It was plastic boned and da-da-da-da-da. I need a good one. I need a steel boned one. I need one that goes to my hip. So I've been thinking about that. It's really expensive though. And I don't wear any classic shapewear either, the spandex, like hold it in, tuck it in kind of stuff. I've been thinking about it. It's occurred to me with some of my clothes. Most of my clothes don't make much of a difference. I could probably use it in this shirt right now, like below here, down here. I've never worn this tank top before. This is the first time ever. I bought it at a concert, hoping I would be able to wear it one day, and never did. And finally I do. So on that front, I'm not doing much about shapewear and all that kind of stuff. I am just going through my journey naturally. I have reached the end of my jeans. I no longer have a stockpile of sizes of jeans. I've hit the lowest size I have ever owned. I own one pair below this size, and they're a pair of shorts I bought because one of my favorite stores was going out of business a few weeks ago. I bought shorts. They're size 14. I wore 16 when I was 12. They're size 14. I haven't been able to put them on yet, but that kind of blows my mind. That 14 blows my mind. Anyway, we're hitting the 20-minute mark. Congratulations to you who have stayed with me. So yeah, 100 pounds. I made it. I'm going to throw a slideshow on the end of this, I think. And, I love you all. I've missed you. I'm sorry I haven't been here. I haven't been doing videos. I've been better at keeping up with Facebook lately, but I haven't been here. So make comments, ask questions. I'll try and be around a little bit better. Go for your journeys. If you're newbies getting started and you're like, I'm in the liquid diet starvation hell phase, it passes. I know it feels like hell, particularly a day 2, 3, 4. You want to just kill somebody. It's worth it. I'm 5.5 months out. I'm 102 pounds down. I weigh what I weighed in junior high. You can do it, and it'll be all okay. Enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the springy weather here on the west part of the hemisphere here in the U.S. Go for it.